Here we go, outside in the garden. End of February. Now is the time to get in the garden. I have ordered 3 clematis plants. Polish Spirit, which is, I'm hoping it doesn't look very healthy. Jackmani, Clematis Jackmani. Never heard of that one. And Gladys Pickard. 3 clematises that I'm going to try and grow this year. And look what I bought myself. My very first Acer tree. So I'm going to plant the Acer in here. But I got to get rid of this dead soil first. So this is where the Acer is going to go, in here. But there's some dead things that haven't grown, and some of this soil is really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty this soil into one of my veg plots, so so it doesn't go to waste, because I want to use fresh soil on the Acer. So if I get on and do that now, that way I can get this planted, and I'll keep it under the cover. We are south facing, so whatever sunshine we get through the day, it is glorious, and it is hot out here. So that's what I'm going to do, keep it under cover, because we're still end of Feb. We are not out of the woods for ground frost or anything, so I'm going to do everything I can to protect this. And then I'll show you in a little while what I planted last week to get going. And then today I'm going to start with I'm going to plant some pepper seeds, chili pepper demon red, and I'm going to plant some beetroot bolt hardy. I've never had any success with beetroot yet, so there's the first time. I'm not a quitter. I'm not giving up. I'm going to try again with the beetroot. So that's what I'm going to do today. How do I stop? Stop. So this is the veg pot, the flower pot that I haven't yet filled with soil, and this is where I'm kind of putting all my debris soil from pots and tubs and things. I'm just, this was mint last year, so I'm going to cut all that back. This must have been in some of the soil that I tipped over, so that's fine, I can leave that. So this one is fully drained with stones, so all I'm going to do is upend this, see if it'll all just flop out. If not, I'm going to have to get my fingers in there and just, it's a better way to recycle your old soil. I think I've got stones in the bottom of here, so I'll try and keep some of those stones. No, that's not going to work, it's all embedded in there. So that, I bet, is how I'm going to recycle. Now what you want to do is make sure that there's no soil left in there, and then just give it a rinse, because you don't want any contamination or bacteria from any other plant that's been in there. I want to give this Acer the best possible chance that I can. So that is empty. It's definitely my happy place, but it's definitely, I'm going to suffer. I'm going to suffer later. But I do love my gardening. And it's not gardening, a potter. I don't garden, a potter. Right, so let's take this back over now and get the, I'll take you with me. I'll take you with me. Look at that sunshine behind me. There's not a cloud in the sky. Well, there are. There's little clouds. I'm going to shut the gate. Oh, I'm going to drop that. I'm going to drop that. Go past Mrs. Maya. Hello. She's our sunbathy dog. And then Bert, Chief of Works, is keeping an eye out on the bark chippings. Aren't you, mate? You Chief of Works. You bark of works. And that is where I'm going to put this gorgeous Acer. Ooh. In here. Just make sure that it's going to fit with plenty of room. Yeah, a few stones on the bottom, a bit of multi-purpose compost, or I've got ericaceous compost. I'm going to have a read and see which compost this Acer is going to prefer. Winter hardy, excellent. Although we are West Midlands, aren't we? We're West Herefordshire, we're West Midlands, so we're pretty much down south. You just never know whether we're going to get a frost or not, or whether we're going to get snow in March. So I'm going to keep it under the screen in here, even though it is roasting hot out there. So that's what I'm going to get on with. Where did I put my thingy? Right, so I've got some ericaceous soil. I have found some old broken pots that I'm going to put in the bottom for drainage, because it's only got one little small tiny hole in the bottom of there. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to mix up some ericaceous and some multi-purpose, because it's in a pot. It's going to do better having a little mixture for the moisture. Right. So I'm going to get my little mixing truck that I use. I'm going to put some ericaceous soil in. I'm going to put some multi-purpose in, and then I'm going to plant my Acer. So I'll start with. And this is all fly by the seat of my pants, by the way. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I ask Google most of the time what to do. I follow some YouTubing, gardeners, allotments, beginners. I've never known what I'm doing. I'm kind of like my nanny Clark. She would always say, stick it in, plant it. If it works, great. If not, get another one. But, as we know, Acers aren't cheap. So I'm going to try and give this one the best head start that I possibly can. So I'm just going to break up any lumps that we might have in here. Nice soil. I love gardening. I say gardening. Every time you hear me say gardening, just change the word to pottering. Oh gosh, look at the state of the washing. Real life, guys, real life. I am taking full advantage of the sun outside, hanging my washing up. So that's my ericaceous soil. So I am going to now add some multi-purpose compost to that mixture, which I've got. Yeah, I've already got a bag open here. Just a little bit in. Have a little bit. Oh, there's a big worm. It's dead. I'm not squeamish, honest. And then we're going to put some multi-purpose in there. Where's my shovel? My little spade just to knock it up. And you'll see the different colours. This multi-purpose is so dark and rich, and then the ericaceous is a lot lighter. I don't know if you can see that, is a lot lighter, so there's a lot more nutrients in this, and there's a lot more natural organic stuff in the multi-purpose. Plus I've got some other citrusy things that I want to put in, so the ericaceous mixture will be fine, especially if it's in pods. You don't want to over what do you call it? You don't want to don't want to give them too many nutrients when you're potting them into tubs and pots. So that's a good mix. That will hold the water. I'll have good drainage in the bottom, and then we can follow the progress of the Acer throughout the summer and the autumn. Sorry, I'm right in your face there, aren't I? Oh, I do apologise. So I think that's good enough for that. Just put that one down here. I do make a mess. I do make a hell of a mess when I'm gardening. Right, so let's put some stones, just little stones in the bottom, because we've only got one little drainage hole. Can you see that? Just one. There's only one little drainage hole in this, so you've got to give it the best possible drainage advantage I can. So if I can put a little triangle of these around there, then put the stones around it, just to give it that layer of drainage. Otherwise it's just going to clog up with water and it will drown, and I don't want my Acer to drown. Some more. So anytime you break a pot in your garden, don't throw it away, put it in a bucket and keep it for exactly this. So that has got about 1 inch of drainage on the bottom, which is going to be perfect. Also, the weight of the soil is going to help hold it in place if we have any high winds or anything. Because I have had plants fall over with not having anything in the bottom heavy. The wind will get hold of it and poof, it's gone. Right, so let's put that in the bottom of there like that. I don't know if you can see for the lighting. Can you see that? So that's about 1 inch in the bottom there. Now I'm going to put a layer of soil mixture, compost of multi-purpose and ericaceous. This is beautiful. Just so the tree can sit on the bottom of that. So it's about 1 inch on there. And I'm not going to pat it down tight, I'm just going to leave it like that. Then I'm going to take the tree out of its little container, nice and gently. I don't want to break any roots, I don't want to. So that, I'm just going to knock off this here. And that's got a lovely root system growing in there. Just give it a little bit of a tease, just to get the roots free, because I don't know how long it's been in that tub. Yeah, we've got good roots on here. And it also likes to be planted in its soil that it comes in, because otherwise it will be like, I don't know, taking all your clothes off and then putting somebody else's clothes on. It'd be all uncomfortable, wouldn't it? Is that how you can liken it to? I don't know. Well, I am anyway. And then push all the soil up around the edges. So some of the roots are now touching the new soil in the bottom, but it's also still got its original soil to keep it nice and comfortable. Push the original soil back around the roots. Make sure it's kind of straight, and then top it up with my mixture. And we will see how this fares this year. This is my first year of ever having an Acer. Just so excited. Well, how can somebody get so excited over one plant? I can. I can. So then that's, notice that it's all lightly, I've just lightly placed it. So I'm not going to pack it in because I'm going to put a little mulch of wood bark chippings over the top, just to stop any weeds or anything getting in there. Also will help retain moisture when I water it through the summer because it gets really hot out here. Right, so tap it down around the edges. Yeah, that needs a little bit more. It's surprising how much soil you need. You don't think you need that much soil, and then all of a sudden you think, God, I haven't made enough. I haven't made enough. Just to, what's that? Oh, it's a big lump of it. That's absolutely beautiful. Mulch of bark over the top. Keep it firm. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that is about 1.5 inches left at the top there, so I can fill that then with the bark, and then when I water it, the water's going to go through the bark. It's not going to overflow, and the soil, you're not going to have soil leakage, which is the worst thing in the world. Nobody likes soil leakage. Keep it clean guys. You need to have, yeah, that's fine. So it's squishy, it's bouncy, it's not compact, and I used all of that compost. Perfect. So that is my Acer planted. Oh, I love you already. Excited. Oh, wowzers. Right, I've just pulled this. Look at this. Looks like a bit of a dead twig, doesn't it? It is a clematis plant, Polish Spirit. So I've just eased that out of there. And look how healthy the roots look. So I'm going to pop it in here to get it going. Because clematis is like their feet in the shade and their face in the sun. So we're going to just plonk this, and I'm literally just going to very gently, really gently tease some of these roots from their position. I don't want to be too harsh because look at those. Look at the roots on that. It's going to be gorgeous. Right, so I'm going to put just one plant in here to give the roots the best possible chance. And I'm going to again just put it, and this is just multi-purpose compost. This isn't any ericaceous or anything. This is just multi-purpose. And then when you look at that on there, it doesn't look like it looks like a dead twig. So we will follow the progress of this. Just pot it down a little bit, and then I'm going to just top it off like I always do with a little bit of bark. I just think everything drains the water, it holds a lot better. I just like covering the soil with just a bit of bark, but you've got to be careful now because to make sure that you don't forget what you've got in there. So this is the Clematis Polish Spirit, so I am going to save it by keeping the pot with this one for a while until it starts to grow up, so I know what it is. So there you go. It's literally just a twig in there, but I'll know what it is because I put that in, because I'll forget everything. I forget everything. Right, the same again with this one. This one is a Jackamani. Oh, I've not heard of this one before. Jackamani. So again, it just literally, apart from the bamboo cane, it just looks like it comes in a stick, so we'll have a look at what the root looks like in here. Now I got these from Thompson Morgan, and if I can figure out how to do it, I joined their gardening club, So I will drop a link, or whatever they do, drop a little description that you can click on, and you can get, I'm not sure if it's 10% or 20% off your order if you use my little recommendation code. I'll get 10% off my next order as well, so you're helping me, and you get 10%, 10 or 20%. I'm not sure. Just click it, have a look. You don't have to do it. I don't think you have to sign up to any newsletter or anything to receive it. You just use my little code, and that'll help me to get extra 10% or 20% off my next haul of whatever I'm going to buy. Because I am addicted. This time of year, I get addicted to plants, to seeds, to fruits, vegetables. I'm not that good at growing vegetables, but I am going to try with the beetroot again this year. I'm not going to let the beetroot beat me. So here we go. Just gently hold it, squeeze the sides, and then just tip upside down. I'm just tipping it upside down here. I can already tell that the roots on this are just as amazing. See, now something's already started to grow in that, so we'll remove that. Whether it's a weed or a seed of some sort. Just squeeze and gently pull. Just, you don't want to pull it, because you don't want to pull any of the stem away from its root system. You just got to be patient and gentle. So I can see the roots are packed in there, but I don't want to. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was just the. Oh, that was just the bamboo cane. The plant is still intact. Frightens me. Come on, come on. Come on, out you come. There we are. So you've still got your plant, and look at the roots, juicy roots. Bert, we've got juicy roots, mate. What do you think to that? Bert just likes to pee on everything. If I put anything in his height, he'll just pee all over it. Right, so that is going to go and be cuddled down in here. Just one plant. And again, I'm going to top it with bark. Top it with bark. Top it with bark. Easy drainage, and then I'm going to use the tub again to stick that through there, put that in there, and then I know what plant that is. So now I'm going to go on to plant some chili peppers, Demon Red, so from February to May. Great for containers, and they're hot chilies. I have got some sowing and cutting compost. I think it's always helped me to use the right compost soil for the right job, kind of thing. So I've always got some sowing and cutting compost. I do like to take cuttings, so I use this. I think it's got a lot more of the nutrients it needs to feed the seeds as they're rooting. So we'll see. Now, I haven't grown chili peppers in many years, so we're going to give this one a go. Yeah, sow indoors. Well, I'm not sowing it indoors. I'm sowing it. It's going to go under my little half greenhousey frame thingy, and I'm going to sow them in two different size of pots. I've got this one and this one. I'm going to see which one, because I think they could probably grow and stay in here as the plant, and I might need to put this one in a bigger, so it's a bit of an experiment. So gardening is all about experimenting. Now this, you know, this is seed and cutting because it's a lot finer and it's got lots of nutrients in it. It's got a bit of sand and grit in. So this is what we're going to use for the chili. I don't even know how many seeds. I'm doing 4. pots, but I don't know how many seeds. I don't know how many seeds are in here. Those, and then we'll just make sure there's no big lumps in there like that. And this is just from Wilko. I love Wilko's. Wilko for plants and seeds and bulbs and things are just, they've always been brilliant. They've never ever, I've never bought a bad bunch from Wilko. Right, let's have a little, see what we will have been given. You feel that and it feels like there's nothing in there. Excuse the loud noises, I do live in a city. Can't get that off there. I do live in a city, so you will hear, and it is Sunday afternoon. There doesn't feel to be anything in there. Oh no. Doesn't mean to stick, they're going to be tiny. What? Is there anything even in there? Oh my word. I can see one. Oh, what have we got? We've got literally, oh crikey. 1, 2, 3. It looks like there's 4 seeds in there. Can you see that? 4 seeds. Okay. So I'll put one in there. I'll put one in there. There. That is definitely all I got, wasn't it? Oh no, there's some there in the corners, because we do need, so there's 6, so there's 2 more here. So if I put the other 2, 1 in each of the bigger containers, and then we've got, sorry fellas, if one of them doesn't make it, then we've got 6 chances. 6 chances, so I'm just literally gonna plonk them so they connect with the soil. So there's 1 each in that one, and there's 2 each in that one. Okay, that was literally hardly anything. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in a lid of, see, I've got an old lid of the little pot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the lid, and that way I'll know what they are when they're growing up, and then I'll give them a good soaking. 2, 3, 4, and then I'm just going to plop that under there somewhere, it doesn't matter, and then give them a good soaking, and put them in the little greenhouse. You see that? Just give them a good soaking. And then the greenhouse is lovely and warm, so there we go, I'll show you that in a minute. Go in there. And I will put a note on my phone as well to remind me what date I planted them. Because I know last Sunday I did the sweet peas and the foxgloves. I think I planted seeds for sweet peas and foxgloves last Sunday, which I didn't film any of that. So I'm hoping that these peppers are going to work. 6 seeds, that's all you get, 6 seeds. Didn't even feel like there was anything in the packet. God, the sun on my back is beautiful. Right, so that is how I'm going to put those in the greenhouse. So now I'm going to experiment with some lupins. I'm going to sow some lupin seeds and hope to grow some lupin flowers. So what I've done is I'm going to use this one, this size. I've just put some multi-purpose in the bottom, and then I'm going to top it with some seed sowing compost. Trial and error. This is all this is, it's trial and error. So once it gets some root, it will go root down into the multi-purpose compost, but to actually get going, it's got all the nutrients it needs in the sowing compost. There's method in my madness. I've no idea how far apart. So do you think I'll be able to get them going in here and then transplant them? Yep, when large enough, transplant. 2 inches apart, stand outside. Yeah, oh, well, it says we can, so here we go. Let's go. Planting lupins from seed. Now, normally I'd go to the garden centre and buy all these plants and just plant them in the ground where I want them. This year, I'm trying something different. Oh, it's in one of those little packets. Oh, I don't like it when they come in these because then you don't really get any seeds. Let's have a look. How many have we got? There we are, look. Quite a few of those seeds in. Right, okay, let's have a look. Where are we going to put them? Around the outside. So that's 10. Just going to keep going. Never done this before. 10. Right, so that's 17 I've managed to get in there, and I'm going to put these seeds back in the packet, and in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I shall plant these, so we've got some staggered growing. That sounds posh, doesn't it? Staggered growing. No idea. So now I'm going to cover these with a bit of potting soil and then water them, label them and love them. Trial and error. Trial and error. Right, just pat that down gently and water. And water well. And the idea of putting multi-purpose compost in the bottom is so that I can transplant these once they've got some root in the multi-purpose soil, so it's not too foreign for them when I plant them out. That's the method. Whether it works, no idea. Just going to go with it. Let's give those a good bit of watering, so I shall label these up and pop them. I'm running out of space in the little greenhouse. It's only a tiny greenhouse. Maintenance done on the garden fence at the same time. Well, probably won't touch them now for a week. We'll see how they're doing next week. And I'm just going to label those up now and pop them in the greenhouse. I forgot to show you what I'd already planted last week. So last week I planted sweet peas in here. I repotted some, I'm not quite sure because I didn't label them and I've already forgotten. I think the back ones I repotted some clematis and I have no idea what I repotted at the front. I planted some lupins last week, and then today I planted some more lupins at the back. I planted these in here, which are the beetroot. I'm not letting the beetroot beat me. I'm going to give it another go. And then here are the peppers that I planted. So that's what I've done today and last week. So I'm going to keep those in my little, it's literally just a little greenhouse that I use. Okay. And then what else did we do today? We did the Acer. So I'm just going to keep it here for now, which is well, oh, next door's washing, sorry. It's well under the canopy, so that should keep that protected just in case we get any more ground frost until I'd say the end of March, April time. Then this is one of the clematis that I planted. It's in there, it's fine. And then the other two I put in situ where I want them to be, so they're in here, and then they're going to grow up my little bit of rope. So that's another success for today. And then also I started to dig out this little trough here. Now this is my my blackcurrant. This is where the blackcurrant bush is. So I've started to dig out all the weeds and clear up this one. Now this one, that's all, everything that I took out of the blackcurrant trough. This is my overspill, so everything that, if I, like hanging baskets from last year, I will tip out the soil and put in here. So underneath there is the mint. I did cut that right back. Pulled out a couple of trees because I'm not sure what those trees are, so I'm just going to leave them there for a minute and decide what I want to do with them. I've got 2 compost bins, lots of extras. My rhubarb, I think, is, yeah, just starting to come through, so that's my rhubarb. This is what I'm going to empty next week. There is so much good compost in there that we make my own compost. And then I need to clear out this one and clear out this one. These are where the raspberries are, and the raspberries are starting to come through already, so I need to get on with these, but these will be done next week because I need to fill them up more with some more compost, and I need to get some tomato seeds, so that's what I'm going to do next week. This is our little sort of rubbish lean-to. It's not rubbish, it's got the lawnmower, the strimmer, a few tools in there, and that's what we keep in there. We've got screening across the front of it, back gate, my decking. I haven't even touched my decking yet this year, not got that far. I've got some tiles here that I'm going to put stepping stones on the garden. I've got my little apple tree, I've got my fig tree, and then all of this is going to be changed soon. I've got some corrugated sheeting that I'm going to get my dad to make me a little front for here. I've got that corner to sort out where the lilac tree is. I really hacked the lavender back. Oh, that's blurry, sorry. I really hacked the lavender back at the end of the season last year, and I'm not sure if I've actually killed it. Oh, I hope not, because I love that lavender bush, and the bees, it's just adorable. But I think I might have killed it, but we'll keep progress. I shall keep you updated on progress. I bought 3 more bags of bark, so we've re-barked the little path, and I've also got to repot the blackberry tree in this big barrel, but I haven't done that yet, and I need more soil to do that, and I'm not sure what soil. I think it might need ericaceous soil, but the buds are already starting to come on here. So the blackberry, we get so many blackberries on this, and I need to get proper netting for it because the birds love it. So this is my olive tree. These are the hanging baskets from last year that I will dump that. And then there's my little potting shed table. That's where I did all my planting today. And yeah, that is kind of my back garden where I potter. I don't garden, I a potter. Of course, we've got fencing everywhere to stop the dogs getting where we don't want them. This has been my veggie patch, my fruit patch, my flower growing. If I do cut flowers, again, don't want the dogs to get at it, so I've got a little gate to get in here. And then this goes right the way down to the blackcurrant bush, and then back down to the back gate of the house where my sexy washings hang. And that's where I keep my seeds growing. Oh, I don't even know what I look like. I can't see. It's so bright. This is actually what I look like the day after a few hours in the garden. Hair, straight back, don't care. I've had a wash. That's as far as I'm going today. Although I have, you see now today, I'm moving really gingerly because I had a few hours in the garden yesterday. So don't let my gardening, my pottering fool you. I still have osteomyelitis in my back. I still have to take a lot of heavy medication to be able to move. But because my garden is my happy place, and when the skies are like this and I can get out and feel the soil between my fingers, although I wear gloves 99% of the time, it just makes my heart happy. But I wanted you to see me on the following day when I can hardly move. So I have my little space set up here behind me. Here's my little chair that I've been doing a bit of work on. I work from home, which is perfect. And although it's still the end of February, the sun, I told you our house is south facing, although the sun is really low in the sky still at the moment. Look at those skies. And this is completely, it's a sun trap. It is gorgeous. So what I've managed to do today is actually get my house plants. And I've brought my house plants outside. Can you see? I've brought my house plants outside. So I have a peace lily. I think it's called a peace lily. Yeah, peace lily. I'm trying with house plants as well this year. And this is called a Sansevieria trifiascata. Gorgeous. And they're looking really healthy. I had these as a Christmas gift. And I haven't taken the plastic off the bottoms yet. I have watered them twice since Christmas. And I don't know what that one's called, but that's the one that gets the little shoots on that I think I can repot. So they're right here on the bench having a little bit of glorious sunshine. I don't know where the best place is to put you because I'm in full sun. So yeah, after a few hours of gardening, I can just about manage to walk 2 foot across the garden. I've got plenty of supports to hold on to, and I will be found here with my cup of coffee and my workbooks and my laptop. That is about all I'm going to manage today. Take care. See you soon.